Welcome back to the Business Book Club. We're the place where we really dig into the business thinking that helps leaders, well, get a proper grip on their companies. Today, we are getting into a book that's honestly become foundational for so many growing businesses. Traction. Get a grip on your business. This framework from Gino Wickman, it's more than just ideas, right? It's like a full operating system.
That's a perfect way to put it. Wickman's system, the EOS Entrepreneurial Operating System, it comes from like 2 decades of hands-on work,
Yeah.
over 1,300 sessions with the leadership team. So yeah, very practical, very thorough.
Okay, so who's it really for? I mean, it seems like every business could use some structure, but who finds EOs most useful?
Well, it's really geared towards those entrepreneurial companies, usually small to mid-size, maybe in the, say, $2 million to $50 million revenue bracket, often 10 to 250 employees. But honestly, the size isn't the main thing. It's the mindset. The leaders have to be, willing to be open, admit things aren't perfect, face reality.
Right, okay. So before we get to the fix, Wickman talks about the problems, the symptoms. What are those common frustrations he sees again and again?
Yeah, he lays out 5 big ones. These are usually signs of deeper issues. First, probably the most common, is just lack of control. That feeling that the business owns you, not the other way around. You're just reacting all day.
Uh-huh. Then there's people. Always a big one. Not just hiring struggles, but, feeling like your team, partners maybe, they just don't quite get it or listen or follow through. Everyone's pulling in different directions.
Exactly. Then the more tangible pain points, profit. Simply not enough of it, right, after all that effort. And hitting the ceiling, growth just stops. Leaders feel swamped, totally unsure how to get to that next level.
And that last one, which sounds exhausting, nothing's working. You've tried all sorts of things, new software, consultants, initiatives, but nothing sticks. The team's kind of numb to it all, just spinning wheels.
Yeah, absolutely. And Wickman says before you can even think about the EOS solution, there's this vital mindset shift needed. He uses this great analogy, the entrepreneur hanging off a vine, totally wiped out.
And being told they have to let go.
Right. You have to be willing to let go of the vine, the old ways, the fears that are actually holding the business back. It means being ready to truly delegate and elevate.
Get out of the weeds and focus where you actually add the most value. Stop being the bottleneck for everything.
If you can't make that leap, you'll never build a business that can run effectively without you micromanaging everything. The whole point is creating something that can sustain itself.
Okay, so that self-sustaining organism is built by strengthening 6 key components in EOS. And the goal is to hit, 80% or better on their organizational checkup? Let's start with number 1, the vision component. Getting everyone aligned, rowing together.
Yeah, vision is foundational. The leadership team has to nail down answers to 8 key questions. It starts with core values. These are like the 3 to 7 essential traits that define your culture. Non-negotiable stuff you use for hiring, firing, reviews, everything. If someone doesn't share the values, fundamentally, they can't be on the team.
Makes sense. And after values comes core focus, right? Keeping everyone aimed at the right target, avoiding distractions.
Exactly. Stops you chasing every shiny new object. You know the saying, chase 2 rabbits, catch neither. This forces you to define what business you're really in and stick to it. The vision also needs a big goal, the 10-year target, something bold to aim for long term.
So you've got the internal vision sorted. How does that translate to the market? You mentioned that frustration with scattergun marketing earlier.
Right, so the EOS marketing strategy forces a rifle approach. 4 key pieces. First, defining your target market, basically, your ideal customer list. Second, nailing your 3 uniques. What actually makes you different, not just generic stuff. Third is showing your proven process, like a simple visual 1-page map of how you deliver value to clients. And fourth, offering a guarantee, something that takes the risk away for the customer, like Domino's old 30 minutes or it's free. It hits a pain point.
That clarity really sets the stage for the next piece, component 2, the people component. Best vision ever, but wrong people. Disaster. It's all about right people in the right seats.
Spot on. Right people comes back to those core values we just talked about. They have to share them. The tool for this is the people analyzer. You literally rate everyone against each value, plus, minus, or minus.
So consistent minuses mean they're fundamentally not a fit culture-wise?
Exactly. Even if they're good at their job, if they don't fit the values, they're the wrong person for this organization.
Okay, so that's right people. What about right seats? That involves getting the structure right first, then using that GWC filter. What's GWC again?
Yeah, GWC is crucial for placing people correctly. It stands for. Do they get it, really understand the role and its requirements? Do they want it, genuinely desire that specific job? And Importantly, do they have the capacity to do it, the skills, time, mental horsepower, whatever is needed? Where leaders often trip up is putting someone super capable, high capacity into a role they don't truly get or want.
Ah, right. So they burn out or just aren't happy, even if they can do the tasks.
Precisely. All three get it, want it, capacity have to fully overlap for someone to be in the right seat.
Okay, that brings up the really tough scenario. The high performer who's just toxic, great numbers, but clashes with the core values. The wrong person who's really productive.
That's the leadership test, isn't it? Wickman is really clear here. For the long-term health of the company, that person has to go. No matter how good their numbers are, it's about the greater good. There's a story about a leader who finally made that call, let go of a productive but culturally damaging veteran. Said the emotional pain lasted maybe 36 hours, but the positive impact on the team and the business was permanent. You got to be ready for that short-term hit.
Wow, okay. So right people, right seats. Then you need objective ways to see how things are going. Component 3, the data component. Getting away from just gut feel.
Exactly. This is about managing predictively. You set up a weekly scorecard, just 5 to 15 key numbers. And critically, these are activity-based leading indicators. They predict future results, not just report the past like a P&L.
So instead of just looking at last month's revenue, you're tracking things like sales calls this week or website leads, stuff that leads to revenue.
Precisely. It gives you a real-time pulse, spot problems early, make adjustments fast. And the big idea here is everyone has a number.
Even like the receptionist or someone in operations.
Absolutely. Everyone needs at least one clear, meaningful number they own. If it's too complicated, it doesn't work. But something simple, like the receptionist aiming for answer by the second ring, it drives clarity, accountability, even a bit of healthy competition. It just works.
Okay, vision, people, data, but issues still crop up, right? So component 4, the issues component.
Yeah.
How do you stop having the same frustrating meetings about the same problems over and over?
The big mistake most places make is arguing about symptoms, not the root cause. EOs demand that you use the issue-solving track, or IDS, a really disciplined way to cut through the noise and actually solve things. IDS is simple, 3 steps. First, identify. Dig deep. What's the real problem here, not just the surface stuff? Second, discuss. Everyone gets their say, but just once. No going around in circles. Keep it focused.
And the crucial third step, solve. Make a decision.
Yes. Solve means it's concluded, decided. Usually that results in a specific to-do item assigned to one person with a deadline. It forces the team to make a call for the long run, not just kick the can down the road.
That structured problem solving needs consistency, though, which leads to component 5, the process component. Making sure your way of doing things is clear, repeatable, scalable.
Yeah, this is about systemizing the business, defining your way. The leadership team needs to identify the, say, 6 to 10 core processes that really run the business, how you hire, how you sell, how you deliver, everything. Then you document them, and crucially, you simplify them.
Simplify. Wouldn't more detail be better?
No, complexity kills execution. You want the 20% of steps that give 80% of the results. Document the core process simply, maybe visually on one page. It makes training easier, troubleshooting faster, and actually increases the company's value because it's not all in someone's head. If a number on the scorecard is off, you know exactly which process to look at.
Got it. Okay, that brings us to the final piece, number 6, maybe the most critical, the traction component. Because, like you said, vision without execution is, well, just talk. How do they actually make things happen consistently?
Traction comes down to 2 main disciplines, rocks and the meeting pulse. Rocks are your big priorities. The 3 to 7 most important things the company and each leader must achieve in the next 90 days.
So it forces focus on the big stuff, prevents getting lost in the daily grind.
Exactly. It's the big rock's first idea in practice. A good rock isn't vague like improve sales. It's specific, measurable, achievable in 90 days, like sign 10 new clients in X segment by quarter end. And keeping those rocks on track, keeping everything moving, relies on the meeting pulse. The absolute heart of this is the weekly level 10 meeting.
The level 10 meeting, 90 minutes, strict agenda, non-negotiable.
Absolutely. It's designed to be super effective. Hence the name. Attendees should rate it 10 out of 10 for value. Same day, same time, same agenda, every week. No excuses.
And the agenda focuses on accountability. Checking the scorecard, checking rocks.
Yes. Quick review of numbers, quick review of rocks. Check on people headlines. But the biggest chunk of time, like 60 minutes, is dedicated purely to IDS, identifying, discussing, and solving the most important issues facing the team that week. That weekly rhythm builds incredible discipline and ensures problems actually get solved.
This whole system, it really does feel like a practical map for leaders feeling overwhelmed or stuck. If someone listening is thinking, okay, I need this, where's the best place to start? What are the first steps?
Wickman actually recommends starting with 3 specific tools to get immediate traction, pardon the pun.
Okay.
First, build the accountability chart. Get the right structure defined first, the key functions and roles, then figure out who fits best in each seat. Just having clarity on who owns what solves a ton of problems right there.
Makes sense. Structure before people. What's second?
Second, set rocks. Right away, get the leadership team to agree on their top 3 to 7 priorities for the next 90 days. That creates immediate focus and momentum on what truly matters.
And
Third, start the weekly Level 10 meeting pulse. Commit to it. That 90-minute structured meeting every single week. Use it to review the scorecard, track rocks, and religiously use IDS to tackle issues. It might feel awkward at first, but it's the engine for building discipline.
So it's really about starting, being consistent, and making progress over time. You're not going to magically hit that 80% strength score overnight.
Not at all. It's about steady application. But sticking with these components, building these habits, that's what delivers the control, the growth, the results entrepreneurs are looking for.
It comes back to that willingness to let go of the vine, make those tough calls, whether it's people or processes, knowing the short-term discomfort is worth the long-term health and freedom. Building a business that can actually thrive.
That's the ultimate aim. Create something strong, sustainable that fulfills its vision, potentially even without you needing to be involved in every single detail forever.
Really powerful stuff. Well, if you found this deep dive helpful, make sure you subscribe to the Business Book Club. You won't want to miss our next exploration into essential strategies for leaders. Until then, keep focused on moving those rocks forward.
Now, that's a wrap for this episode of the Business Book Club. If you enjoyed the ride, make sure to subscribe so you'll never miss our next deep dive. Got a favorite business book you'd love us to explore? Let us know. We're always up for a good read. And hey, don't keep all these insights to yourself. Share this episode with a fellow book lover or your work buddy who's always looking to level up. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and we'll see you in the next episode.